welcome to episode of Superkick Podcast. I'm your host, Ringside P. Sitting here with C, or We Be Talking, People's Champ. We're going to do some Elimination Chamber predictions. We're going to go over a little bit what Rock and Cody talking about, and just see maybe kind of predict the outlook of WrestleMania 41. Let's kick off the show. Before we can start, make sure you guys like, subscribe, share, comment, give us feedback, check out all the different content that we're putting out on IG, YouTube, and all the different places. Let's get into the Rock and Cody, man.
Yes, sir.
My boss is back. Um, Let us know that New Orleans getting WrestleMania 42. Also said they want Cody sold. How do you feel about him wanting Cody sold?
Yo, man. What are we doing? You want it sold, man? Like where did that come from? Uh Middle of last year, you tapped the title and said, "Hey, I never touched that one before." So you went from tapping the title to wanting it sold. Balls. So yeah, man, for me, not to belittle it, but I think that was probably one of the Rock's most crappiest promos ever, man. He was repeating himself, man. He sounded like the old uncle that we thought still had it. You know that think that he thought that he still had it. You know what I mean? He sounded like the old uncle telling old stories, man. He was repetitive, and man, I just don't think at this time Cody don't need that, man. And if this is the move to turn him, I just don't think that's it. What you think?
I'm in agreement. I strongly feel like Cody doesn't need The Rock to turn him heel.
No.
I mean, it is the story makes sense, right? The Rock can elevate Cody's career. Cody went into a little bit when he talked to Seth
Yeah.
Rollins. I don't want to have the same path my dad had.
Hmm.
Working into. But I mean, we kind of know based off Cody Rhodes that's not going to happen. You know, it's a different time, different era. Cody's in a different position than his dad was. Uh, but I mean that's reading behind the scenes, right? But
Yep, yep.
that adds layers to it. So I mean, I get that part. I didn't like that the Rock drug out that whole conversation for like 30 minutes. It's the same thing he did the night after WrestleMania, Monday Night Raw with him and Cody. It's just awkward. You don't really know what to get out of the situation. And it kind of just ruins a lot of storylines when the Rock pops up like this.
Yeah.
Like it's completely different than what we kind of all thought. And maybe sometimes that's a good thing. But I feel like we've been wanting this path to him and Roman for the longest. And you switching and you going with Cody, and it just doesn't make sense. You beat him down in Chicago now, but you breaking the fourth wall, pulling back the curtains, and he gave you a watch before 5 hours before y'all match. His mom and your mom are now friends. They was taking pictures after the match. Y'all became good friends after the match. Like, what? When did all this happen?
Yeah, man.
Like, and so I don't like that part of it. All the different stuff, man. I'd rather it just be like Cody's quest to keep the title is corrupting him. It's like a Lord of the Rings type of thing where he wants to keep the title so much that he's willing to do whatever it takes to keep the title, and
Yeah.
the title changes his soul that way. Versus this whole giving. It just didn't fit in the Rock's like character to try to taking souls and stuff like that in that
Yeah,
in
man.
that way.
So was he the Undertaker or something? So another point, man, I wanted to make about that is like it was just like Roman don't exist. You know what I mean? It was like okay, he alluded to saying, yeah, my cousin and this, that, and that, but it was like Roman don't exist. You know what I mean? And a peak to go back again a little further, it's like for me, man, me and you talk off camera about the science, right? We speak more so about the science of wrestling. You know what I mean? Man,
Yeah.
Cody, if anybody's a fan of wrestling and just not, jumping on the board, I mean on the bandwagon because it's popping up, but if you're a fan of Cody and know his work, man, this dude can be a menacing heel. Like,
Mhm.
and as you mentioned, it's like, man, you don't need The Rock to do that. Like you said, make him the title driven, or make him snap if he loses the title, man. But just to add The Rock into the you know equation, it's just like, yeah, he was there before, but then he was gone, and then we kind of sort of forgot about him, and you all of that crazy stuff at Bad Blood, man. It was no, it was nothing, no reference to that or nothing. Like, did we all forget Roman was there also? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like with the throat slashing and Roman was there, and now, like you said, they back and they friends, and he giving out hugs and going back to the January
it's,
6th. Oh, what is he doing, man? Like,
yeah,
man, he's the old uncle, man, that's sitting around the barbecue telling stories, and we just like, you know. I'm kind of over it, man. Like growing up as a youngin watching The Rock, man. Not saying it's sad to see what it is, but like, don't start being Hulk Hogan, man. Like,
yeah.
don't start.
Dwayne Hogan out of
Yeah, don't be Dwayne Hogan, man, and the holding up the storylines. Like I know me and you talked last year, uh, before we went to SummerSlam, right? Like holding up the storylines, man. We like in a wait for him just to appear, and you know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's just like the redundancy of that. Him holding up the storyline. Again, this is WrestleMania season, and none of us is booking the shows. And we always expect the unexpected at Mania. During Mania season, we don't want to just call it and see it. But man, I just kind of feel like this is out of place at the moment. Just my perspective.
No, I feel you on that.
Hmm.
Let's switch gears and hit to the chamber. That's what we got this weekend.
Yes, sir.
Cody Park will be there too, as well.
Hmm.
So you're gonna give us our kind of like our final look into the main events of WrestleMania. We got
Okay.
the women, we got the men's. Uh, let's talk about the women match and see who you got coming out of there.
Well, man, I've been saying this for a while. Well, I guess it's turned into a dream match now for everyone, but I think Bianca's gonna run away with it. I think she's gonna take it, pending no surprises. We'll get into that after this, but I think Bianca's gonna take it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, I can see that too. I see she seems to be the favorite out of the bunch of them.
Hmm.
It might make the most sense right now,
Yep.
even though it still doesn't make sense for me. The timing is off.
Hmm.
Like I thought that tag team match from Monday Night Raw was amazing.
Hmm.
Didn't know who was going to win. So much back and forth, so many false finishes. It was a great main event, and I think a lot of people expected Jade Cargill to pop up, and
Yeah.
then she didn't,
Yeah, I was one of
and
those. I was expecting it.
then she didn't. So it's like, yo, when is she popping back up? You know,
Yeah.
so is she popping up Saturday? And if she's popping back up, who is she going after? You know, does she go after Naomi? Does she go after Bianca?
Hmm.
If she goes after Bianca, does she stop Bianca from winning? And if that's the case, then who wins? But if we go on a hunch that maybe Bianca is winning, and then we got Rhea versus Bianca, and that's a dream match, like what we said, but it's rushed. Like it's so much that you can be put into that.
Yeah.
That dream match. For something to be a dream match, you want the build to be a lot bigger than what it's going to be. You know,
You want the
this
story.
this should this should have stopped. This should have stopped taking place. Really, this should have happened last year, probably. When they
Mhm.
both was on the cover 2K24.
Yeah.
You know, but when the man storylines get so heavily pushed and it overshadows everything else, they don't have time to put the right effort into the women's storylines like that.
Mhm.
Uh, and so now we get in a dream match that's rushed. The Rock versus Cena took they wrestled two WrestleManias in a row.
They did. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
back to back. Rock came out and then it was like, I see you at WrestleMania. It was a whole year before we
Hmm.
did that again.
It
You
was a
know,
whole year. Yeah.
and that was going to be a dream match. So give the same rights and stuff for the women. Make it feel like a dream match. You know,
Yeah.
and not
So,
just something that's quickly put together because y'all don't have anything else creatively put in play for them. And not just the landscape of this, the women division overall. It's just this is nothing creatively out there for them.
mhm. So I see. I definitely understand your point perspective, and I think that's absolutely right because sure enough, it probably was a little over a year build up for the Rock Cena because his one offs and him showing up previously. But
Hmm.
before he even beat Punk for the title and all of that year. But to I think the only difference is that The Rock wasn't an active competitor. You know what I mean? He wasn't there weekly, so it's a little different with the girls being able to work weekly. You know what I mean? But I do get it. It's not enough. Where we out about maybe 7 weeks out from Mania. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know how quick you're gonna be able to. I mean, how much of the story you're gonna get in because it's not like you're gonna be able to be on SmackDown and Raw because we have the other challengers on SmackDown. So,
Yeah.
with Charlotte and Tiff over there. So you only go get, like you said, 6 appearances to really put that in. But my question for you is right now is, does it have to end at Mania? You know what I mean? We always now as modern day, we put emphasis on Mania heavily, which because it's the granddaddy of them all. The speak of the old guy, his word, the granddaddy of them all. But like, can you have a series of matches? Maybe Mania, SummerSlam, and culmination probably a Survivor Series or something like that. We put a lot of emphasis on Mania. Does all the dream matches have to happen at Mania?
I think in this era, at least for this year, because we
Mhm.
also got SummerSlam as 2 nights,
Yeah.
you know, and I felt like they really wanted Bianca and Jay to be at WrestleMania.
Hmm.
Yeah, we thought that was kind of what the storyline was building to. We knew that sometime at some point some stuff was going to happen. Someone's going to stab each other with the back, something like that, and they're going to have a
Yeah.
match at Mania. For whatever reason, that didn't happen. Um, I don't. Yeah, they can have a series of matches, but this is two of the best in the women's division,
Yeah.
and they both have to be on the same brand, which I think Bianca is on Raw. I don't remember.
Yeah. I'm not
Uh,
sure.
but yeah, there's a way if it comes out that Bianca is the one that injured Jade Cargill, then somehow that had to take place. That
Yeah.
that storyline has to come center fold in a
Yeah.
way. And so does that push the Rhea Ripley thing out the way for the minute? You know, if they
Yeah.
have a series of matches, or does Jay cost Bianca the title? But then are we flip flopping the title like that too?
Yeah.
You
Right.
know,
No, I get it.
so I don't know. It's weird right now because I feel like there's unfinished business and unfinished storylines that out there that really say that they need to end at WrestleMania.
Hmm.
Because they haven't did nothing with Rhea really since she won the title.
No, they have.
She ain't got anything going on.
EO. She got this little tease with EO.
Yeah,
And do we believe that EO's gonna win? Like, not that she can't win. It's not that she can't win. It's just that Bianca. I mean, excuse me. Rhea hasn't had that title in so long, and what, 8 months maybe. Then she come back and win it. She's not gonna lose it that fast.
yeah. None
Yeah.
of them in that right.
Not on Monday Night Raw. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's,
So,
yeah. Who your pick?
no, I think when you think about Roxanne Perez, um, Bianca, you got Alexa Bliss in there, Naomi's in there.
Mhm.
Uh, who's the other person?
Leia?
Yeah, Liv's in there. Yeah, we don't want to see Liv in Rhea anymore.
No.
It wouldn't make sense for Naomi and Rhea. Alexa and Rhea could work, but it just
Good.
hadn't been put into it. Excuse me. So it really, and I mean Roxanne could work too. She finished number 2 in the Royal Rumble. That feels like that says something. Well, they come for NXT and then
Yeah.
finish number 2 in the Rumble. The
Yeah.
women are hurting as far as it comes to like that next level. We keep
Mhm.
seeing the same people over and over and over again.
Right.
Roxanne can disrupt that. She can be a new face in that main event level.
Yeah,
So I mean,
so
I would be cool with her.
yeah, that's
But I mean, that's the big thing to try to put in WrestleMania.
yeah.
But I'd be cool with that. But no, I think they probably lean with the low hanging fruit right now, which is her is versus Rhea and Bianca.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
that's a huge match, man. I've been looking forward to that one, man. It's just it's coming along like this, but I've been looking forward to the two powerhouses going at it for a while, man. You know, man, you've been talking about it off camera.
Yeah.
I just been and I'm slightly excited because we may get it, but as you mentioned, that's what I said. We'll go back to it. That surprise. I definitely think we getting Jade Saturday at the
Yeah.
chamber. I definitely think she's gonna show up.
Let's get into the man, and then we
Yeah.
wrap it up. So we got the men's chamber, trying to figure out who's gonna face Cody Rhodes. I think it's a given between two people, CM
Mm-hmm.
Punk and John Cena. You
Yeah.
know, and that kind of, and it just seems like which one has the better story to match up against Cody Rhodes and the landscape of WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
Punk and Cody would be epic. You know, they have some good face to face, you
Yeah.
know, and you got like the anti corporate Punk
Yeah.
versus corporate Cody, not even heel Cody, but just the corporate look of Cody's
Cody.
suit
Yeah.
like that. You got that dynamic. You got the super baby face of the past versus the
Mm-hmm.
super baby right now with John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. So you got that dynamic. Both of those are good. You got Cena on the Straight World Tour. You got Punk that wants the main event WrestleMania. You know, you still got that. Um, I think you can't go wrong either way.
Mm-hmm.
And with either way, thing I mentioned to you before, like a dusty finish. I feel either way we can get that, where
Mm-hmm.
either one of these guys pins Cody Rhodes and wins the title, but later on the ref misses it. He sees that the foot is underneath the rope. He doesn't see the foot on the rope or the shoulder is kind of up. It's kind of sketchy, like
Mm-hmm.
pin. The next night, The Rock comes out. I think it'd be better against John Cena actually because Cena you can get the fireworks. Cena wins, gets the fireworks 17 championship, winning that Raw. They strip him of the title. So he got a 17 championship. They strip him the title. They give it back to Cody Rhodes. The Rock gives it to Cody Rhodes,
Yeah.
and then Cody uses the title on John Cena,
Oh, that's great perspective.
and that's the heel turn.
Yeah.
Rock can show you what you can do as my champion. I'm going to make sure that you're a champion. Cody says, "Oh, he has my back. I'm aligned with the Rock. My allegiance to the Rock now. You know, and either same way with Punk.
Yeah.
Still can turn on Punk either way. The ending still works the same way either guy in there. But one of those two guys. But so I mean, who would you pick to face
So
Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania?
man, like of course, you know the fan in me from talking. I would love to see Punk finally get it. You know what I mean? But I respect the resume from John Cena, and I done grow to appreciate him. So, like you said, man, it has to be one of those two guys. But when you mentioned to me about the dusty finish, I thought about something. We done heard the rumors previously about what may and may not happen. They who they putting in the main event and who they not putting in the main event. But I thought about it. What if it's Cena and Punk
Mm,
somehow with the chamber going? Because my thoughts on the chamber, right? Not to go off topic or the subject, but because there's still a chamber. I think we're gonna see the the tribal chief show up, right?
hmm
But I think it's gonna be just to solely cost Seth that spot, right? And I think that will cancel itself out. The only reason I mentioned that because I think it's important because it's gonna cancel itself out to somehow or another where Cena and Punk may cancel themselves out. And
hmm
I don't know how we get to that point because it definitely has to be a clear cut winner the chamber, but we might see a Cody Punk Cena main event. You know what I mean? And
hmm
like you said, dusty finish or something happening. It comes to a point where we don't know who the champion is after Mania is over. And like you said, Rock comes out and he do his business, and that could create a multitude of things. The Punk and Rock thing with him being envious and him going back saying he screwed him again, or like him screwing Cena again and making Cody turn heel. But there's so many possibilities that they can go through with this by having a triple threat. I don't know, man. I think I don't know how we get there. My favorite, I would like to say Punk will win, but somehow
hmm
or another, hey, even if Cena loses, he inserted himself in the chamber. Why won't he insert himself in the main event? Like if he can do it, he can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but To answer your question, I say Punk's gonna win it.
Okay, okay. I said either way. Even when you were just talking now, I was thinking like it could be something like crazy, like both dudes are laid out, but they both got an armor on top of each other.
Yeah, yeah, something like
One,
that.
two, three. Refs don't know who to pick,
Yeah,
but he counts to three because both the shoulders are down.
yeah.
But man, like you got anything else you wanna talk about before we get up out of here?
Yeah, man. So, I like where's two things? It's the same thing, kind of, sort of. Where's Roman Reigns and where's John Cena? This is a farewell to it, man. Where are you at? Like, what's going
Well,
on?
I give him a pass because he said he's gonna go film a movie. He said at the Royal Rumble. Now, well, and then they made an excuse for Roman Reigns too that he out indefinitely with an injury.
Because he was curb stomped. Come on, man.
2 feet this time, and on steps.
Hey, come on, man. Hey, we was there, man. We seen that man walk out. We seen him walk to the back, man. Nah, man, but like just for the sake of time, it's like we 6 weeks out, man, and neither one of them guys has been on Monday Night Raw or SmackDown. Like, come on, man.
Mm,
What we doing? Like, what we doing, man? We got to see them guys. They like out of the last 10 years, 20 years, 15 years, those are the two main faces, and they are not on the road to WrestleMania. I got to
no,
gripe. I just got to
no,
gripe.
but I think I'm saying everything's gonna pick up at the Saturday. It
Yeah.
has to. We gonna definitely. I feel we definitely see Roman like you said Saturday, and
Hmm.
we'll know what the landscape of WrestleMania is going to like for both the men and women, and if it's worth it, you know, to
Yeah.
really to watch or even go pay and go see. So like I said,
Yeah.
man, I thank everyone for tuning in, checking out. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share, comment, tell us your thoughts. You guys picking for the chambers for both men and women. Who you guys want to see go to WrestleMania and fight Cody Rhodes and fight Rhea Ripley? Let us know, man. Until next time, adios.
See you guys.